Hey, good morning from Garden Spot Acres. Thanks for coming along today on our video. We got something pretty exciting we're starting today. We just finished a smokehouse there about a week ago, and now we're going to start on our goat barn. Now I call this a goat barn because that's what we're going to be using it for, but this can be any backyard small barn. Let's take a look at what we've done so far, and I'll get you caught up and show you where we're heading. These are deck support posts. What I've done is just leveled them up with some gravel underneath them. They're sitting right on the ground. I got the first three in. The barn's going to be 20 feet long. So I have the first three in. I run a string along the sides, and they're all lined up with the string. And I'm going to start with the high point, which I believe is that block over here for all the 9 blocks that I have. We're going to start with that block there. Over here, we have mobile home anchors. And how I've installed those so far, I've dug a hole approximately 18 inches deep. These screw in, they're auger type anchors. They screw into ground level. And this part here gets filled with cement. So we're going to get probably a 60-pound bag of concrete mix it up and just dump it in the hole. That keeps these anchors from tipping as they hold the building if the building ever gets hit by hurricane type winds. And we have another one installed there. We're starting to install one here. And let's go ahead and just finish that, and I'll show you on over here that we have to put in. I'll just show you how easy these twist into the ground. Just bring your 2x4. These are all set up for 2x lumber. Bring your 2x4 to the end, short piece. We're right down to ground level. That gets a bag of concrete mixed up, dumped in. This is what they look like. They're a double auger, 3/4 inch rod here. Nice welding in here. It's not just spot welded, it's actually welded all the way around. And they get augered into the ground. So we'll start another one here and show you that. And you do have to put a little weight on them to start them. And I'll finish that up later. But that's the process. So we're just using 4 of those anchors in here. We've determined our high block here. That's where I'm going to start. These holes are 2 inches deep. So my 2x6s I'm going to run along the edges are 5.5 inches. So I'm going to go an inch higher than that. So I'm going to go 2 plus 6.5, 8.5 inches with my first 4x4 stub. Just wheeled out my portable workbench. I'll leave a link in the description for that. It's built on a mesh wagon. Really handy to cart my tools around, lumber. I can put stuff underneath here when I want to go out in the back, out in the pastures to work. Now I don't have this center block in place yet, so it's going to be placed in right about here. So I'm going to take some of this dirt here, these are asphalt millings, where they grind up the old asphalt from highways and they use that as road bed again. It just makes these blocks a little bit easier to level up when you have something underneath that you could compress. Let's see what we got. So she needs to go this way about 3/4 of an inch. Now I'm going to go over here and measure how far this side we got. 5 inches from here to the string. See what we got over here. 5.5, so we got to come this way. Put a level on her. So we have this side to go down. And this side to go down. All right, we have our 5 inches. Square that a little bit. Check that again. Pretty good. Pretty good. We have our blocks for the foundation on the back wall set. We have them set 13 feet 9 inches from outside to outside. We've centered this middle one. They're in a line. We have a string run. They're all 5 inches from the string. And now we're ready to set our 4x4s in here. The first one we cut to 8.5 inches. This is the high block. Then I randomly cut one about 14-15 inches tall. That'll be for the center. And now I need to go cut my first skirt board here, exactly 7 feet long. And it's going to overhang here 1.5 inches, overhang the other side over there 1.5 inches, and that's going to give me my exact 14-foot outside dimensions that I need. We have these long sides set up so they're 19 feet 9 inches from outside to outside, and that'll give me the 20-foot outside dimension I need on the long sides. So the outside dimensions of the goat barn are going to be 20 feet by 14 feet. I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut a couple 7-footers and get the first one on here, use a 4-foot level on it, and get the first one set perfectly. Then we'll work from there down to this block. I want my skirt boards, the outside joists, to be as straight as possible. So this one's a really good straight one, whereas the other one I started with over there wasn't. So we're going to start with this one. And check it square. A little bit off there, so what I'm going to do is flip this thing around and square that end up. All right, I'm cutting my boards here at 7 feet long. All right, we want to make sure our grain of our lumber, the cup, is towards the 4x4s. We're going to make sure we're overhanging 1.5 inches. And I want this just slightly above the 4x4. Okay, you gotta go up. Keep going. Down. 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 Right there. All right, this is the mark where the skirt board was level. We're going to take this stub and cut it off here. Pop it back in there. We're just going to put one nail in now to hold it, and I'll come back later with some construction screws. There we go, our first skirt board is on. That's going to get us going all around the barn. Hey, next one's going to be another 7-footer. Check the level. Oh, she's right on right there. Perfect. Moving on down to this next one here now. Let's get a measurement on that. To the center, it looks like 118.5 inches, which should be right on. Yep. We have it shimmed up, nice and level. Before we go any farther, I'm gonna go ahead and put my construction screws in. Then I'm gonna check my squareness with the 6, 8, 10 triangle. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the skirt boards. We've continued working our way around the perimeter of the barn. We got down to our last piece here. While you were away, I put this one in here, this one in. We came across here, this way. Now our last piece goes here. Let me check to see what I need for my length. My length is going to be 7 feet. So I'm going to go back and cut that. We're going to place it in, and hopefully I picked the right high spot over there, because this one's right on the block. Okay, we have our last piece. 7 feet long, putting it in. And there she is, right around the perimeter, ended right back up, right where I need to be. Perfect. I'm going to measure my diagonals. I don't expect these to be perfect. I don't expect this to be square. I know I'm going to have to adjust it. But let's see what we got. I got 24 feet 5 3/8 inches. So 5 3/8. Check this one. I got 24 feet, about 4 1/4. So she is off square, and I can't fix that right now. I'm not going to try to fix that right now because these boards are not continuous boards. I'm going to fix that when I get some joists in. But right now we got to finish this. I got one more block here, the center block. And then I'm going to come down both sides of the 4x4s here with the 10 footers. Come off both sides of that one with a 10 footer. So it has a double beam in the center. These joists over here will hang off one of them. These joists over here will hang off the other one. My next step is to put some millings here, about in the center. And we're going to place that block in here. Level it. But right now I'm going to go back and cut my long pieces to come from here to here. Yeah, I got my joist in. She's almost level, just sitting on the blocks here. I'm just going to prop this end up like that. Go down here and lift this end up where it belongs. We framed up the outside of the floor joists. We got our middle beam placed in. Now that middle beam is going to be holding a load-bearing wall. So I'm going to put a loft in here. So I'm going to have a wall across the middle of this. We're going to have different go areas in here. The front 6 feet, 6 by 14 is going to be a bedding area, sleeping area. The next 6 feet behind this one over here, we're going to have a kidding area where they can have their babies. Over here we're going to have a little milking parlor. In the back 8 feet back here, it'll be 8 feet this way, 14 feet this way, we'll have storage. And above here, up above, there's going to be a loft 12 feet from the front of the building back to here. And in that loft will be more storage. But that also gives a ceiling for this area in here, so it's not just straight up to the metal roof to the peak. Thanks for coming along today. I appreciate it. It's day 1 of the goat barn build. I'm putting videos out every Wednesday afternoon and every Sunday morning. Please subscribe, share, like, and I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.